Good afternoon. As chair of the Faculty Senate and a member of the University of Louisville Board of Trustees, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the State of the University Address. Now in its 9th year, the State of the University Address has established itself as an important tradition. It is our hope that this tradition will continue for many years to come. Before I turn the podium over to the student government president, I want to take a moment to pause and remember a few individuals that the university and our community lost this past year. My fellow Board of Trustee member, Owsley Brown Frazier, passed away last month. He was well known in our community as a businessman and philanthropist. But here at the University of Louisville, he was more than that. Owsley was also an alumnus. He was a member of our Board of Trustees for 12 years. He was chairman of our $1 billion campaign. Last fall, Owsley donated $25 million to the University of Louisville, the largest single contribution in the university's history, and believed to be the single largest gift to any university or college in Kentucky. President Ramsey said it perfectly when he said, "Neither the University of Louisville nor the citizens of our community had a better friend than Owsley." His service and incredible generosity to the university's academic, research, and athletic programs is well documented and leaves a lasting legacy to all of us, young and old. It is impossible to walk across our campus and not come across something that he positively impacted and made better for our faculty, students, and staff. And earlier this year, the committee lost Bernard Traeger, founder of Republic Bank and a member of the University of Louisville Board of Overseers. He too has left an unforgettable mark on our community and on our campus, athletic facilities, and most recently Traeger Plaza on the Belknap campus. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor these extraordinary men who made our community and our university better. Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce the president of the Student Government Association, Justin Brandt.
Good afternoon. Today is an opportunity for the president to highlight for this community the successes we've shared in the past year and our plans for the future of this outstanding university. The university has made tremendous strides in many areas, ranging from significant growth in funded research to a remarkable change in the quality of our incoming students. We are honored that a number of distinguished individuals have joined us for this special occasion, including members of the Trustees, Foundation, Overseers, and Alumni Association. I, too, look forward to this update on the state of the university. It is now my privilege to present to you the President of the University of Louisville, Dr. James R. Ramsey.
Thank you, Justin, and thank you for your leadership with the Student Government Association. More than that, thank you for believing in the University of Louisville and choosing the University of Louisville as your school. Justin is an outstanding student that could have gone to any school in the United States, and he chose the University of Louisville. Would you join me in expressing our appreciation to him for his leadership? As Joe said, the state of the university is a newer tradition at U of L. Originally held the week of homecoming, but homecoming is often late in the semester, and we wanted to capture the excitement of the new academic year. So we gather today to celebrate our accomplishments of the past year, but to also look forward and to recommit to our statutory mandate. The state of the university in recent years has also given us the opportunity to honor individuals who have made a difference in the life of the University of Louisville. For example, 2 years ago, we celebrated as part of this event the naming of the building of our College of Education and Human Development for Woodford and Harriet Porter. And last year, we named the College of Business building for Harry Fraser. Again, both of these ceremonies were part of the State of the University Week. Our theme this year has been a celebration of faculty. Faculty, the heart and soul of the Academy. It is you, our faculty, who define U of L, and you who make us special among higher education institutions. And it is you, our faculty, who endure the greatest burden of budget cuts and the cost it imposes to the classroom and the research laboratories. Today we have on stage with us the 2012 President's Distinguished Faculty Award winners in 3 areas: excellence in service, excellence in teaching, and excellence in scholarship, research, and creative activity. I would like for those people to stand and to be recognized, and you to join me in congratulating each of them. And now, I would like for all faculty at the University of Louisville to stand, anyone with a faculty position, faculty rank, and let's give ourselves a hand for what we do as faculty members every day. Thank you. Every team has a head coach, a quarterback. The chief academic officer of the Academy is the provost. And as part of this year's celebration of faculty, we have paused to celebrate 10 years of academic leadership by Dr. Shirley Willingantz. Would you join me in thanking Shirley for 27 years of service to the University of Louisville, including the last 10 years as Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and University Provost. I'd like to present this special plaque commemorating this day to Shirley, and let me read from it. The University of Louisville recognizes and acknowledges the 10 years of dedicated, tireless, energetic, and outstanding leadership as Provost and Executive Vice President Shirley Willingantz. The entire University of Louisville community expresses its appreciation and deep respect for the tremendous academic achievements that have occurred as a result of the commitment and leadership of Provost Shirley C. Willingantz. Now let's look back. Academic year 2011-2012, a year of many achievements. U of L ranked number 12 in the country as a good neighbor by the Coalition of Urban and Metropolitan Universities. U of L, one of 15% of all institutions recognized by the Carnegie Foundation for engaged teaching and service of our faculty in the community. U of L ranked among the top 15% of all institutions in the country as a veteran-friendly and military-friendly campus. U of L recipient of a silver rating as a tree campus for our sustainability efforts. U of L, again, a leader among all institutions for prestigious postgraduate fellowships with 8 Fulbrights and a total of 25 National Scholarship winners last year. U of L, recipient of a $9.5 million NIH grant to establish a cardioclinical research center with Johns Hopkins, Emory, and Virginia Commonwealth University to develop therapeutics to minimize damage from heart attacks. U of L, not just part of this consortium, but Dr. Boley and U of L, the leader of this consortium. 2011-2012, a year in which we not only dedicated Harry Fraser Hall as the home of our nationally ranked College of Business, but we also celebrated the addition of space for our renowned entrepreneurship program and our equine management programs. 11-12, the year we celebrated the 30th anniversary of the James Graham Brown Cancer Center. 11-12, a year of continued increases in our 6-year graduation rate, a year of continued growth of baccalaureate degrees awarded, a year that set a record for the number of doctoral degrees awarded. 11-12, a year in which we signed a memorandum of agreement with U.S. Army Command in Fort Knox and another MOU with the Kentucky National Guard to work together in partnership on issues from brain injuries to energy management to increasing educational opportunities among service individuals and their families. Last year, the University of Louisville, the only school in Kentucky and perhaps the nation to activate a tax increment financing district to help buffer the continued impact of state budget cuts. And then we received approval for a second TIF district to help us grow and expand our Belknap campus. Martin Luther King Day 2012, we celebrated our partnership with Simmons College of Kentucky, Jefferson Community and Technical College, Spalding University, reflecting our commitment to increasing educational opportunities for all in our community, and especially those underserved and residing in zip code 40203. Zip code 40203 in Louisville, Kentucky, the zip code with the 13th lowest income of any in the United States. We must do better. Spring of 2012, the groundbreaking for a long overdue student recreation center for our students. Last year, the celebration of a second gift from the Helmsley Charitable Trust, this gift for our spinal cord injury program. Our spinal cord injury program, the leader in spinal cord research and care. Last year, after 40 years of talk, the ribbon cutting on a joint venture partnership to develop our Shelby campus, a project committed to generating future cash flow to support our teaching and research mission. Last year, the groundbreaking of a road that will allow us for the development of the Belknap Engineering and Applied Sciences Park. 11-12, a year of 10 Big East championships and other athletic successes. We could go on and on. 2011-2012, a remarkable year. But full disclosure, for last year was also a hard year and a year of disappointments. Despite encouragement from those within Phi Beta Kappa, the disappointing notification of not receiving a chapter. Our failure to receive funding for an NIH clinical and translational research grant, again, despite encouragement that we were so close. The disapproval of the full asset merger of the University of Louisville Hospital with partners who would help us improve health care for the people of our community and state while generating academic support for our health sciences campus. And of course, the disappointment of still yet another state budget cut. A cut made more painful by the fact that Kentucky's economy is growing. State revenues grew, and our state finished the year with a revenue surplus. These budget cuts did not allow funding for a needed classroom building, bucks for brains, and funds to expand our academic programs. 2012, a year of continued loss of key faculty, a year in which many faculty positions went unfilled. Last year was a year of many achievements, a year of some disappointments. As an economist, I draw T-charts, pluses and minuses, pros and cons, costs and benefits. And when I do my T-chart for last year, there's no question in my mind, it is clear, absolutely clear, that we're a great institution, still on a path to achieving our statutory mandate of being a premier nationally recognized metropolitan research university. Last year was a year that, despite challenges, we could say to our founders in 1798 that we were true to the course, true to the cause, true to the mission of being a center for advanced learning, thus making our community a place of greater consequence. So let's look to the future, and what do we see? We must be honest. While we have accomplished much, we've not been able to invest in 40 new faculty positions a year, as called for in our 2020 plan. We've not been able to build a new Belknap classroom building, nor meet the space needs of all of our campuses. We've not been able to provide instructional resources to our faculty. We've not been able to grow our student financial aid programs to keep up with the competition. And we've not been able to expand our Cardinal Covenant program. We've not been able to provide recurring salary increases for our faculty and staff. And as a matter of public policy, we have seen higher education become more of a private good than a public good, with the financial burden of higher education shifted to our students. So as I stand before you today and look to the future, I'm frustrated by the lack of public support for higher education, angry and disappointed with continued lack of contractual funding for the Quality and Charity Care Trust for those with the greatest need in our community, healthcare need in our community, and confused by those who talk of education's failures while espousing policies that fail to invest in education, the key to the future of our country, our state, and our community. But as I stand before you, realizing the privatization of higher education is taking place, we at the University of Louisville commit that the University of Louisville will always, always remain true to our public mission. Most importantly, I stand before you today inspired and amazed at what you, our faculty, our staff, and our students have done. What you have done to graduate more students, increase the number of doctoral degrees, increase our research funding, and to embrace an entrepreneurial spirit to move our community and state forward in these difficult times. I stand before you today with more resolve about our future, recognizing while there may be those in our community who do not appreciate higher education as the key to our future, we have a board of trustees, a University of Louisville Foundation, a board of overseers, and a University of Louisville Alumni Association standing with us, believing in us, and supporting us. I stand before you today putting off my future plans so that I can continue to stand with you during these tough times, for I believe in you. Last fall, as every fall, Jenny Sawyer took me across the state, where I heard teachers, principals, counselors talk about our outstanding Speed School of Engineering and how they want their very best students to attend the Speed. I heard these principals and teachers and counselors talk of pride of having their very best students compete to be McConnells, Browns, Romeyers, and Hallmarks, all at the University of Louisville. I remember Amy Medley, the outstanding counselor at Manual High School, encourage us to go head-to-head with Harvard to recruit one of her very best students. I remember the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, visiting one of our signature partnership schools, J.B. Atkinson. And I visited with Dr. Christine Charetz, one of our faculty, and with Atkinson principal Stephanie Nutter. I saw our students taking our courses, U of L students taking U of L classes at Atkinson. Our students engaged in the clinical model of teacher preparation for which we're the leader in Kentucky and beyond. I heard six fourth grade students present their writing projects, a joint program of our students and the Atkinson faculty. The theme of the writing project was resiliency. And I heard one young student tell the heartbreaking story of losing a parent to cancer. One student spoke of a parent murdered. One student spoke of a parent in jail. But each student spoke with conviction, saying that they were resilient and they were going to continue their education and ultimately get a college degree. Each student able to answer Miss Nutter when she asked them every day, "What year are you going to college?" In March, I watched the incredible run of a group of young men. No first-round draft choices, just a group of student athletes with a grade point average greater than 3.0, coming together to win the Big East Championship and then make a magical trip to the Final Four. Young people who came together as one, a team committed to a single goal. In April, I attended Team Reeve Derby celebration, hosted by Susie Harkema, a national rehabilitation network of people from across the country coming to be part of the Derby celebration in Louisville. Patients of these rehab centers participating in the Derby mini marathon one way or another. At dinner, I sat next to Jan Curry, a young man paralyzed in a swimming accident. his heartwarming story told by Robin Roberts on ABC's Good Morning America some time ago. Jan faced his challenges, and Jan's life was changed because of the work of Susie and our faculty, and because he never lost hope. In May, Dr. Willingance and I joined Dr. Robert Kimball in our philosophy department as they presented posthumously a degree to Bradley Bush, a veteran, a student who struggled, not academically, but perhaps with post-deployment from Afghanistan. We heard his faculty, our faculty, talk about this young man as a student at the University of Louisville. And we heard Bradley's dad talk about the mark that our faculty had made on Bradley. And I heard Bradley's dad say to our faculty, "Thank you." In June at Lowe's, while buying mulch, I heard the plea of Peter Hartman, trying to find help for his great niece Addison, a baby suffering from leukemia. When I followed up, I found out that she was in the care of Dr. Sal Bartoloni and our faculty, and remember being able to tell Mr. Hartman, "Your niece is getting the best in care." 3 months later, Mr. Hartman posted on Facebook that Addison had a bone marrow transplant. And as a result, we are now a partner with the national organization, Be the March Foundation, to enhance opportunities for donor matches to help others, such as Addison. In fact, we'll have the drive on campus tomorrow. So here we are, September 12th, 2012. More to do, but uncertain of our future. But it is for us to recognize and remember the message from the principals, the teachers, the counselors across the Commonwealth of Kentucky. When they tell us that we stand for excellence, they want their best students to come to the University of Louisville. It is for us to be like the fourth graders at Atkinson, resilient, overcoming hardships and challenges. It is for us to be like our Final Four team, one university, singularly working every day toward one goal, to provide the very best educational experience to our students. It is for us to remember Jan Curry and to seek out those who are there to help us and support us. And it is for us to never lose hope. It is for us to remember the impact that we have on the Bradley Bushes, students who look to us for so much more than the very best classroom experience. And it is for us to think of Peter Hartman and his niece Addison, and to remember the impact that we have, the impact that you have every day on the people of our community, real people, people who need us, people who depend on the University of Louisville. Today, we cannot make promises about an uncertain future, but we can pledge to you, our faculty, that we will never forget that it is you, our faculty, whose work it is that makes us a great university. We pledge to you that we will do better listening to you more intently than we have in the past, so that we do not forget the challenges, issues, and problems that you face daily. We've scheduled campus forums for the weeks ahead to begin this process. We pledge to you to communicate better, to do better keeping you informed and engaged in the budget process and in shared governance that we cherish so much at the University of Louisville. We pledge to you today that we as a campus will come together as one to immediately begin a discussion to reassess our future as a university and what we can continue to do to continue our march as a leading 21st century university. We recognize that much has changed since the passage of the Post-Secondary Education Reform Act of 1997. We recognize the difficult physical challenges that we face. We see the mistakes of other universities, and we see a changing public policy landscape. So we will ask this fall that the provost head an initiative that recognizes and maintains our commitment to the Post-Secondary Education Improvement Act of 1997, but an initiative that further recognizes that 15 years after the passage of this landmark legislation, our environment is very different. The provost will convene the campus community throughout the fall semester to discuss our future. And this will result in recommendations that we will then take to our Board of Trustees so that we can continue our commitment to our statutory mandate in the years ahead. So there it is, a university with a great history and a proud tradition, a university doing more, so much more than ever before, a university truly on the path to greatness, yet a university facing challenges, unsure of our financial future. Yet as I stand before you today, I am convinced, absolutely convinced, that our best days, the best days of the University of Louisville, are still yet ahead. Our best days are ahead because you are the faculty of the University of Louisville. Thank you.